안녕하세요. 오늘은 핀란드 대학생 친구들에게 한글을 소개하고 간단한 한국어를 배워봤습니다.
Okay, so today we have two of my classmates. Here is Laura. And here is Helmi. And today we are learning Hangul, which is a Korean alphabet.
Wow!
Wow! So we actually don't have an hour today, so we are having quite a crash course.
It's because I was late.
But it's okay. So we will be really quick today. So what is Hangul? Hangul is a Korean alphabetic script, and we will talk a little bit about history of Hangul before we actually start to look at the alphabetic. So before the introduction of Hangul, Korea used Hanja, which was a Chinese character, and these two writing systems were really clumsy together, and they didn't really mix well, so that's why Hangul was created in 1446. Yes, by the king at the time, King Sejong.
Is that the king?
Yeah, that's the king on the chair. And at the time there was 28 letters in the alphabetic, but 4 of them no longer exist. And this meant that people of all ages and classes were able to learn Korean really quickly, because before that the system was very complicated and it took like years to learn because it was Hanja. Now it's
Only higher
higher
classes
classes.
people, noble people could read,
Mhm.
but the normal people couldn't read because it was so difficult to read the Chinese character.
Right. And as a result, the literacy rate skyrocketed because it was really simple to learn. And so what are the Korean alphabetics? Let's see. There is actually only 40 characters in total, and they consist of 10 basic vowels, 11 combined vowels, and 14 basic consonants and 5 double consonants. So basically, if you memorize all 40 characters, you can read and write Korean fully. So it's much more simple than a lot of other writing systems. And here they are, all of them. Here are the consonants, and these are the double consonants, and these are vowels and vowel combinations. And we will look at them more carefully a bit later.
So I know explain there are like quite many, like 40 consonants and vowels. But if you understand how these were made, then it's easier to memorize and learn. So when it comes to consonants, these are basic 5 consonants. You only need to know 5 things, and by adding the stroke, you can get the others. So basically, Hangul is made as it sounds. So these 5 were created by shape of sounding organ, tooth, tongue, lips, and throat. When you pronunciate this 기역, 가, the root of the tongue blocks the throat, so it looks like this.
Okay.
가, 가.
All of this was made
Mhm.
by the
Yeah, the king Sejong.
That's so cool.
And this 니은, 나 sound is sound of tongue. The tip of the tongue touches the upper gum, so it looks like this.
Okay.
It looks like this.
So you pronounce it 나, 타. You notice 나, 타.
It's like all touching the
Front.
yeah, the front of the
Yeah.
mouth.
And this shape of lips, you use lips when you pronounce it ma, pa, pa. You notice? And this sound of tooth, these consonants create by shape of tooth, so it's looking sharp like this. 사, 자, 차. For the last, the sound of throat. Ah, ha.
Okay. Now we're going with some more
When
scientific.
it comes to vowels, King Sejong used heaven, ground, man theory when he created Hangul. So it's 천지인 원리 in Korea. So this indicate heaven, this ground,
and then person.
So you can easily make all of the vowels
Yeah,
just
almost
with
like
this.
with this
Mm.
system.
And it also contains of harmony and positive vibe and negative vibe. This, this
Yeah.
philosophy thing.
Okay.
Let's just skip that.
Yes.
That sounded interesting. Good vibes.
Good vibes.
Good vibes. Good vibes.
And
Like
one
all
letter
this.
for one sound. So
Yeah.
basically, in English, sound of A can be different.
Mhm.
And
Mm.
family,
Garden.
water,
Water.
and parent. But it never changes. It's always here. Like Finnish language.
Basically.
That's the thing I like about Finnish language. It's just is
Yeah, it doesn't have any different
Yeah.
intonations and different.
Mhm.
So is it the same for Korean?
Yep.
Yeah,
That
it's the
is
same.
always the
changes.
same.
It's always
Yeah.
the same. It's pronounced as it's like written.
Written. That
Yeah.
was what I was thinking before. That it sounds a bit similar to Finnish. That
Yeah.
like what you read
Mhm.
is what you get.
Right,
Like,
exactly,
You
yeah.
have to have these different kind of
Yeah, like in Chinese, like he has studied Chinese for like a year or a few, and
Yeah.
he said that there's a lot of like different, like the
Accent,
way accent,
intonation.
intonation,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
like changes the meaning of word
Even
completely.
though sound is the same, if you sound a different accent, then it's meaning different.
Yeah.
Ma.
Yeah, like that
Yeah,
it
yeah,
changes
yeah.
completely. So this one.
We can read and write letters quickly. If Hangul had been written as this, then
Mhm.
it could be quite difficult to read and understand quickly.
Right.
But
So
Mm.
it's quite condensed, so it's much easier to read than like maybe some Finnish words that are quite long. So you have to look at the whole word and read it
so reading this way is 2.5 faster
than
like
reading this way.
Ah.
And okay, now we're going into more of the rules of how do you make a Korean syllable. And basically they follow one basic rule. All syllables begin with a consonant. So here, as in this example, it starts with H. So this is the character for H. This is the A, and then this is the N. So this means Han. And it basically is broken down like this. This is the consonant, this is the vowel, and this is the consonant. So this is very basic rule. And all the syllables have to have at least one consonant and one vowel. They can't make a sound by themselves. So you always have to combine to make a sound in Korean, and they are like built into this like box format. So you put a consonant, vowel, consonant. We can now look at the vowels. So basically, this one, like I said earlier, consonant or vowel cannot make a sound by themselves. So for us to introduce the vowels, we have to show consonant first. So this consonant, when it's put in front of a vowel, it doesn't make a sound. It sounds a bit weird, but it makes more sense here. So for example here, this is the consonant for, this is the vowel for A. So then when you put the consonant, that this is like no sound, then it makes ah.
You did right.
We can go that, through really quickly. So this is ya.
Yeah.
Oh.
Skip one. O.
Oh.
Yo.
This is ya.
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 O.
O.
Yo.
Yo.
U.
U. This is really difficult.
That's kind of a sound that we don't have in Finnish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like-
that's-
There is another one which is still really difficult for me. This is E.
E.
E. Yeah.
Yeah.
These are really similar to me, these three.
Well, at least this one is quite easy to recognize.
Yeah, it looks kind of like the letter E. It doesn't have the stroke here.
Mm.
If it had the stroke, it would be like A.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
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 Wa.
Wow. So basically this is O.
O.
So get it? Wow. So it was O,
Yeah.
right? And it was A. So get it together.
Together.
Okay.
Wow. Make it faster. Wow.
Wow.
Yo.
And then this is like from here earlier. You can see if you cover this. This was E earlier. Here. No, where is it? Here. and then you put one this O, then this 왜.
오에 왜
Okay.
But it's a bit, I understand it's still a bit.
오이 왜
These are all 워, 왜,
위
and this is still very difficult for me. 위. Do I say 위?
으 and 이 make it
Yeah.
How do you say?
의
위.
으
위.
yeah.
It's still difficult. Okay, so let's look at the consonants, and with the consonants it's the same thing. These actually have also like names, but like we said, you can't have a like one with no vowel or consonant. You have to put them together to make a sound. So for the like showing purpose, we put always like a character here. So this is the actual consonant by itself.
기억
But as you can say, the shape changes a bit when you put the vowel here. It goes a bit like this, but this is the same character. And when you're learning first, you can just write it this shape and then put the like vowel here. But it's when you make your
People
own.
would understand.
Yeah, people will still understand.
Yeah.
It's like doesn't. This is just to like make it more stylish looking.
Okay.
I don't know. It doesn't have that much of a purpose, so we can read these also. This is ka, na, ta. This.
Can you say this again?
Do you?
리을
How? How do you do it?
This is ma, pa, sa, a. It's basically just a quiet syllable. But then when you put it in the end of the like syllable, it's like this sound. So
NG sound
and sorry, yeah,
in
NG
this-
sound.
in this case is and NG so ang
Yeah.
오옹 이잉
자, 자, 카, 타, 파, 파, 카.
기억 sound
With like two of them, and then.
make it stronger 가 라우 까
So for my name, for example, they would have to be with this double consonant.
kind of like
In Finnish,
Yeah.
there's double.
Yeah.
when it's
Yeah.
라우 까
Mhm.
sounds quite strong
Yeah.
Right.
빠
Pa,
사
sa,
짜
and okay, now we have. We are going to practice a little bit about the writing. We are not going to concentrate on the pronouncing because it takes more time and we have like maybe 15 minutes left.
No,
So
don't worry.
no worries about that.
이번 편에선 한글의 역사, 발음, 원리 등을 소개했고 다음 편에선 쓰기를 같이 배워볼 예정입니다. 시청해주셔서 감사하고 다음 편에서 뵙겠습니다.